Welcome to update 51. This is our first video covering this update, and welcome to it, where we have a brand new map, 3 mines round, and also a uncharted territory has been breached. Yes, super mines is finally doable in a 2-tower chimp scenario, and it's thanks to, well, everything that's going on throughout the map here. So this little circle around here is really good for Desperado to start off with, because you can make really good use of the quick draw upgrade. So let's get to it. The Blazing Sun and Super Mines. Not Golden Justice, because Golden Justice is still, quite frankly, OP. Also, there's something else in which I want to say as well, and it involves the fact that this thing, the Blazing Sun, has received a big buff. It is now the normal damage type, which means it can damage DDTs without needing the fire. For goodness sakes, I keep saying in a lot of my videos as of late about the fact that Ninja Kiwi keeps removing the normal damage type from towers. Well, I think they probably watched a few of my videos and it's like, nah, we're gonna reverse that decision. So I do want to acquire our Spike Factory, but we always need to ensure that we have ourselves a miner, M-I-N-E-R, mining away at these deposits of rocks so that we will be able to extract the money out of it. Because remember, I place in 435, then get 870. Each of these rocks contains a different amount which you need to invest, and then after 10 rounds, you'll get that reward. So this one is the next biggest one over here for 3,000. This one over here is the next biggest one for 10,000, and then get 15,000 after it. This one over here will move for 25,000. This one over here will move for 50. And then last but not least, this gigantic deposit of money down here for, well, you have to deposit 100,000 and you earn 160,000 as a result. And are we actually going to be able to, bloody hell, are we actually able to do this round, or are we in a bit of a pinch? Do we need bullseye? Maybe it was a mistake investing in this rock and I really needed to spend money first on a Spike Factory. I hope not, but it's one of those things. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to restart the scenario and not buy the rock. Are we going to have the money to put ourselves down a Spike Factory? Finally, we have the monetary means to do so, but we did have to delay getting this first ore deposit removed from the track. All of them are blue, but some of them, yes, they are going over there. Can we get you around here? No, we're going to have to get on the next round, unfortunately. 24. So the gimmick of this map is that balloons obviously go around the entire circle here 3 times before they exit the track here, which means sometimes it's very difficult to keep track on how many times a balloon has gone around a track. I do need white hot spikes for round 28, but bigger stacks is going to do for the moment. The thing about these ore deposits is that you do want to invest in them so that you can get the money as soon as possible, but then at the same time, if you risk that, then obviously we will not be able to acquire certain upgrades at a certain given point in time. Not cool for the long run, but can we get for round 22? Yes, we can. Okay, even faster production, please. More spikes for the cause. Okay, that one's been extracted. We've got 870 there, as you can tell by that. That's really good. And we've got to get a big iron, actually. We don't need you until 28. But the next one is for 3,000. So, with that in mind, I think we definitely need white hot spikes first. And then after that, invest in spiked balls so that we have more pierce per spike pile that we put down. Or, no, we're not going to risk it, actually. We definitely need even more, or even more damage going on before we can even consider the fact that we can invest in one of these things. This is the stupid gimmick of update 51. It's the fact that we can just defy all odds when it comes to chimps. 28 lead balloons, their final time round the circle, and no problem whatsoever. We can handle round 28 and then round 30 as well. Regrow yellows. No thank you. Just go away and never ever 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 show your ugly faces, okay, regrows? Luckily, at some point, you will not be a thing to worry about. There is a small opportunity here when we go up to spiked mines, where the spiked mines will be able to make contact with Moabs before they even make their way all the way around the track 3 times and then down this little path here. But how are you finding update 51 so far? Are you having a fun time? Me? I woke up and it felt like 75% of the possible OGs have already been completed. I love being born in Europe. Ninja Kiwi really hates us. Oh, but can I invest in that? I'm going to risk it again and hopefully I made the right decision there. But I desperately need spiked balls, for goodness sakes. Oh my god, so many yellows. A circle of yellows. My worst nightmare. Me in the middle, being surrounded by yellow balloons. Luckily, we have not died to a yellow balloon yet. But looking at all this makes me feel very nervous about the fact that maybe we invested in the wrong decision here, and we definitely needed to get spiked balls earlier. Although we're a few hundred off, so we're not that far away from getting them. And come on, let me click it. Put you on strong, hopefully. I just need enough. Please start deploying down more. Please. Oh, come on. Yeah, I think we got it. We got it. Come on. Stupid balloons. You have to give me a heart attack in the process. Well, we get 4,600, but only in the next 6 rounds. Sometimes it feels like it takes longer than 10 rounds. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if Ninja Kiwi probably nerfs it so that you get 72,000 in 15 rounds instead. Because this needs 20 rounds. But ceramics, you take priority over lead when it comes to being the strong balloon. Brilliant. But things are not looking so great. Okay, let's just get bullseye. Get those critical hits done and dusted, and we don't have to worry about them. Please just disintegrate everything in front of you. That's not disintegrating everything in front of you. Can we do it? Yeah, we can do it. You should be able to mow down the Moab quite easily. Just like that. Just a shame you only have 1 PSO per bullet. The zebra balloons look like they're hell on fire. I love the fact that when balloons are a different color, they have a different colored mohawk with this skin. That's really cool. Don't you just love round 41 and all of the black balloons and zebras on that round? Don't you find that fun? We're going for it. If I suck, then I suck. We will soon have Twin Sixes, the second fastest shooter in the West. If you're wondering what the fastest shooter in the West is, look at this, the Blazing Sun, with the newly integrated normal damage type. That is quite the buff you can give a tower that struggles against DDTs. Oh gosh. Ninja Kiwi even calculated the amount of damage that it takes for a fortified ceramic to go down with one of these bullets. Yeah. Yellow balloons? At some point down in the future, I would like to do another 2TC with the super mines, but also with a tower which was previously impossible to get a 2TC with until the introduction of the Golden Justice. The big one. Okay, looking very good here. Do I need to upgrade? Yeah, too many balloons there. Oh, it's not the amount of RBE I need to encounter. It's a goddamn Pierce issues going on there. Take out the ceramics, please. And then take out that Moab and the ceramics. And just leave the leads up to all of them. UTs. Okay. We'll be able to get the blazing sod soon. I'm honestly really nervous if I should actually invest in these two, because you're 25k and that's not that far off of a spite mine. You know what? We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it. And if we die with a risk. Okay, that's a whole bunch of white balloons and black balloons down. Oh my god, this could be a Pierce issue. Oh no. Okay, maybe I need to just wipe these out a bit more individually so that I don't create so much Pierce going on here for the spiked balls. Don't want our balls to be Pierce capped. Okay, spiked mines. Yeah, somebody's going to take that out of context. And for good reason. 55. We have the spiked mines now. That's really good. Maybe we did need the blazing sun before like 63 or something. Because that's going to be a lot of Pierce in which the spiked and the mines need to take down. 5 rounds. So that's 63 in which we might get the blazing sun on. Which would be very good if we can do that. But at the same time, can we even do that? Can we even do that? And that looks to be a very precarious situation here in which we could regrow. I mean, we could have regrown farm on that, but who needs regrow farming and regrow bugs when we have these ore deposits to unearth? I just wish that you would take less time in doing so, or less rounds. Imagine if it was like on a timer rather than a round duration sort of thing. And from there, you would then be able to stall around in order to make the time pass by a bit more. Okay, do we have what it takes, or are we going to sod this up? Nope, we've got what it takes, I think. Okay, take down the Moabs. Take out those PT boats. But can we do it? Fortified Moabs are the only thing that's really giving me a little bit of a hiccup here. Yellow balloons, no thank you. I have nightmares of yellow balloons for days. Okay, which is really good. Now we need to save up for 50k and then we'll get 22,000 bonus. And then we should be good here. But as you can tell, looky here, the blazing sun is popping lead balloons without requiring them to be engulfed in flames. You are gonna do this, Woody, and your huge amount of explosives. This is truly the Wild West. They say super mines explode so loudly that your eardrums falls off. Okay, now that we've got the run going, let's just go through the balance changes and all of this. But I have to say, I'm really disappointed with yet another nerf to Moab glue. And now the Absolute Zero has lost a lot of its reliability when it comes to being a good 2 mega popping supporting tower, because the Absolute Zero's ability has received some buffs when it comes to doing damage. Bonus damage to ceramics have increased by 3. And if a target is already frozen, then the ability that it casts has its damage increased by 4. And its global attack now deals +1 damage anyways, without anything like that. But it no longer freezes camos, leads, whites without buffs, so therefore it requires the tier 2 upgrade of the top path in order to affect camo balloons and lead balloons and stuff like that. Super Brittles received some nice changes to it though. Attack cooldown reduced from 1.8 to 1.2, and its damage has been increased from 1 to 5, which is very good. And bonus ceramic damage, pretty good, I like that. And its ice shard damage has been doubled, so whenever it produces any ice shards... Oh wait, I've forgotten to invest in you actually. I've forgotten to invest in the mines. And then hopefully by the time we get the extraction from this, we'll nearly be there when it comes to affording the super mines for this scenario. So I hate the Absolute Zero changes. I hate the bottom path glue gunner changes. Bomb shooter now can no longer target DETs unless it's able to damage black. So that is not very good. Bomb Blitz passive activation can damage triggering balloon and potentially prevent life loss if this damage is enough to completely destroy the target. So I think the game now calculates the fact that when a balloon gets close to the exit, then it triggers it rather than having to lose a life. So we kind of gotten the bug back, but we don't have control over when it happens, just when a balloon gets close to the exit. Super Maelstroms receives some nice ceramic bonus damage to both its default attack and the ability itself. That's pretty good. A good ceramic clear up. So even better now when it comes to Bloonarius and being able to take care of all of those ceramics when it spawns out. That's pretty good. Desperado, obviously now the Blazing Sun's damage type has been changed from sharp to normal. Desperado now automatically reloads burst shots at the end of a round. That's pretty good. That's a nice QOL change. Desert Phantom Buckshot Moab bonus damage has been increased from 10 to 20. That's pretty good. Burn damage over time that's dealt to ceramic has been increased to 10 rather than 0 bonus damage. And the area of effect bonus to ceramics increased from 5 to 15. So its burn and the initial shot of the burn being casted onto the ceramics has just been so that the ceramic balloon just blows up. Okay, the Energizer has been received a nerf when it comes to its ability to be able to help water towers in its radius. So it's now a 40% ability reduction rather than a 50% ability reduction, which is still a good amount, but it's just not cool now, really. Okay, preemptive strike ability damage has been increased from 10k to 20k, sorry, so that's its ability. Preemptive strike ability area of effect damage increased from 350 to 1000. And armor piercing darts now have bonus damage against ceramics. That's pretty good. When it comes to the Buccaneer, Paragon Cellbag bonus, not really important, but the cannon batteries bonus damage to balloons being increased from 60 to 80. That's pretty good. The Monkey Ace, bottom path. It is now really a single target damage dealer, and just like with a Blazing Sun, the darts on it have been changed from sharp damage type to normal damage type. I reckon Ninja Kiria watched my videos and said, "Now we're going to prove this guy wrong." I'm pretty sure it's just trial and error. I don't think any of them watch my videos. I mean, I'll be humbled if they do, but it's not the point. Okay, heli pilot. So we now require just under 20k more in order to get the super mines, and I think we should be able to get that by 90 or something. Okay, heli pilot. The Moab shove explosion damage increased from 1 to 2. That's pretty good. Moab shove ZOMG shove from 0.33 to 0.61. Is that like in order to make it better against ZOMGs when it comes to shoving them? I'm not too sure. Comanche defense Moab shove minus 0.40. I'm not too sure if that's a typo, if that's what it's meant to be. The ZOMG shove as a Comanche defense 0.22 to 0.2. So I'm not too sure if these are buffs or nerfs. Sounds like one way it's a buff and another way a nerf. Okay, Mortar Monkeys. This is really big. And now it means that the Pop and Ore and Balloon Incineration 2TC combo is no longer possible, or any one tower type chimps runs, because Ninja Kiwi has nerfed the pricing of faster reload and signal flare. So therefore you're spending more than 200 cash and you had just under 100 cash by the time you get heavy shells and signal flare. Not great, but then again, bunny stuff price has been reduced from 500 to 400, but I still think it means that a one tower type chimps run with the Mortar Monkey is now impossible. The bigger blast price reduction from 500 to 300 is pretty good, and the big one's price has been reduced from 720 to 700. This is normal mode pricing, by the way. Darning Gunner, the Ray of Doom's first target hit damage has been increased from 80 to 140, so along the beam it does a fixed amount of damage, but the first target hits obviously does more damage because that's the first thing that the beam is firing at. Wizard Monkey. Okay, the Paragon's received a price nerf. The Max Mana has received 1 level of nerf, but I can see why, because of being able to perfect the timing of it. I can see why Ninja Kiwi's done that. So it's like, I'm not getting a perfect amount. It's just 99999. But the Phoenix Rebirth damage over time increased from 2500 to 3500. Look at this! You didn't do this before! Now you can! You can damage DDTs! That's pretty rad! Okay, looking on to... Actually, we don't even get 135,000 by the time this runs finished. God damn it! Okay, other things. I think I've done all of the Wizard Monkey stuff. Super Monkey! Okay, Legend of the Night Pierce reduced from 23 to 16. That's nearly a third gone like that. Not pretty good at all. But then again, the Legend of the Night damage to Marl class balloons have increased from 13 to 25. Kind of like with the Flying Fortress, where it's now more of a single target damage to you than hitting a lot of balloons at the same time. And look at this! Super Mines on 2 Tower Chimps. You gotta watch it to believe it. This is definitely not the first, and this is not the first time this combination has been done. It was already done before I even woke up this morning. For goodness sakes, Ninja Kiwi. And there's been a bunch of changes to the Sun Temples, military sacrifices and magic sacrifices. I think this is where 3 of 3 parts to changing the Sun Temple when it comes to the sacrifices. Oh, and a whole bunch of buffs to the Ascended Shadow, so the Ninja Monkey Paragon. But then again, kind of holding back when it comes to the Flash Bomb Pierce that it produces and the Shuriken Pierce. Okay, and then the attack cooldown of the Sticky Bombs themselves has been nerfed from 6.5 seconds to 8 seconds. But then again, the damage it does anyways has more than tripled to... but then again, it's been nerfed on bosses, but just overall, it's better. Bonus damage to camera balloons has been... I think it looks like it's been quintupled. Sticky AoE explosive damage has been increased. To the bombs themselves, the AoE explosion damage has increased. Alchemist has received a little bit of a buff where it can now transform Desperados. That's pretty good. Mermonkeys. Mermonkeys water placement buff increased from 25% to 35%. So if you place a Mermonkey in the water, it now receives a 35% increase to its range instead of 25. And also the Arctic Knight's projectiles now bounce across the screen. I've heard this from somewhere, but it's not even illustrated in the damage changes or any of the balances. So I wonder why that's the case. People say that the Middle Path Mermonkey can now hop off map borders. And the Spike Factory Paragon's been buffed when it comes to its price. Rather than being 800,000, it's now 750,000. And we just took out the goddamn bad like that. As you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, this combination is possible. So yeah, everybody, we managed to get a 2TC video out with the super mines. It's only doable on this map because of the amount of bonus cash that you have been given. But thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video down in the comment sections below, and just know that the super mines is now doable in 2TCs, which is pretty rad. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Please let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment sections below, and happy spoopy skeleton season of Halloween is upon us. And get all of your candies, or sweets as I call them, by participating in the collection event. I wish these were 10 at a time. There was one collection event where you can get like up to 10 pickings of a particular tower on instas, but now it's back to 5. I don't really feel that motivated to pursue a particular tower whenever it's available, for goodness sakes. So there we go. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are ever in the store, you'd like to purchase stuff like the new Obin pack, which I can't freaking find it on here. Oh, here we go. Skeletor Prestige Pack. If you want, you should not have my details, and if you are looking to purchase anything, please be sure to use my creator support code. It's Flare Balloons. You cannot make a mistake on it because it's the same set of characters as my channel name. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and once again, Super Mines can now do a 2TC, but on a map which includes mines in the name.